What's up, brother? How you doing?
Surviving, baby. Day by day, minute by minute. You know.
Well, you know what? The sun is out. It's shining. It's Friday.
It's Masters Week too, bro. I like that shirt you're rocking.
I mean, I am not a good golfer, so when else can I wear this and get away with it?
Well,
only these 2 days.
And the best part about it, it's not even stolen valor for you. You've actually been.
Yeah, but I was fortunate enough to be able to go. Unfortunate enough that it was the year before Tiger won it.
Well, you're not a big Patrick Reed fan? You don't like the 2018 Patrick Reed, winning the Masters without his family there, hanging out at a house?
I don't know if they were there for that one, but it's hard to be down with a dude, even though he is, quote unquote Captain America and he loves him some Ryder Cup, but it's hard to be down for the dude that had his parents thrown out of the tournament while watching and supporting. He was like, get him out of here.
Queen Justine.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
Like Cersei Lannister, making sure that his parents aren't allowed on the grounds. It's crazy.
It was wild. But like I said, man, the sun is shining. I can't complain, and it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? And you know why I'm singing this, bro. You know why I got neighbors on the mind? It's your fault.
It is, but it's a fantastic show. It is good to know.
It's you and HBO got me hooked on Neighbors.
Did you just binge watch that? Because I haven't binge watched anything in years. Like, I can't tell you the last thing I binge watched, but I binge watched this, and I just can't get enough of these characters, man.
I did it in chunks, and the show is wild, dude. It's wild. And shocker, crazy ass people. And what? Literally, like 1 and 2 of these scenarios was Florida.
Of course it was Florida. Where else do you think they come to live?
We're just winning all the time.
I mean, there's a reason they came up with that slogan, man. A sunny place for shady ass people.
What do they used to say when we were at the state attorney's office? Come down on vacation, leave on probation.
That's how it is, man. How many people do we throw on probation that just came over here, man? I'd be like, oh God. Yep. The worst is when you had witnesses that would come in and they were on vacation and they witnessed the whole thing and they are like the main witness of the crime. And then you got to call them up. They're like living in Buffalo and you're like, hey, I need you to come down here. We need you to testify in court. And they're like,
I'm already at the airport. I'm on my way. Free ticket?
Wait,
yes.
Free ticket to Fort Lauderdale? And you guys are paying for it? The state of Florida's paying for it? I'm there.
Yep. Already in a cab. Don't you worry. Bags are packed every time.
I met some spring breakers when I was there. It was a little crazy.
Oh yeah. But I'll tell you what's crazy is that you didn't give your boy a heads up when you told me about this show, said you binge watch it. I'm like, well, Monts is into it. I gotta check this out. And you don't say a word to me about the final episode and the amount of full frontal male geriatric nudity that I had to witness.
Whoa.
Couldn't give me a heads up, bro.
Here's the thing. In all fairness to me, when I told you about this, that episode was not out. I told you about this about 3 weeks ago.
All right.
Before this episode
I'm sitting there, and my wife's like, Monty didn't tell you about this? And I'm like, no. And I'm just hoping it ends. And it was just more old dudes naked every step of the way.
Just running around in a yellow thong.
Couldn't they have blurred it? Like, HBO could have done us a solid and blurred this out. And shocker, where was the nudist community? Florida, Pasco County. I feel bad for the people of Pasco County that, little did they know that they were going to become, what is it, that the lady said, and they were the nudist capital of the world? That's your claim to fame in Pasco County.
Hey, listen, there's got to be a reason to go to Pasco, right? Have you ever been there? I've never been there. Where's Pasco? What's the main city in there?
I don't know. I've probably driven through it at some point. I think is it next to Hillsborough? Is that the one that's between Tampa?
That would
and
make
Lakeland?
a lot of sense if it's near Tampa, dude.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, the girl on the show the young girl that Danny, the old man, was trying to wife up. She was going to USF, right?
That's true.
Poor Danny.
That is true.
So let's dig into it, dude. I mean, was it 5 episodes? Probably like half a dozen scenarios of these neighbors just duking it out. And who'd you think was the most? Who was the craziest?
Oh, it's by far Johnny Raiola. Oh, it is by far Johnny Raiola. There's not even a question. Any dude who goes into a little soliloquy, all right, saying about, I don't like dudes. I'm not gay. I don't like dudes. I won't even shake a dude's hand, all right? If a dude comes to me, I don't even let them come hang out with me because I know they're only there for one reason. They're trying to bang my girls. And I'm saying it in a nice way because he does get kind of cool the way he describes it.
Yes,
and I think it's funny, but at the same time, I don't think it's appropriate for YouTube. That being said, that guy is nuts. And the best part of that episode is when they're there for the whole stalking, the whole little, restraining order for stalking with violence.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, they both show up without attorneys. And the person who is claiming that Johnny Raiola, the ex-Chippendales dancer, by the way, I didn't throw that in there yet, all right?
I mean, that might be the strongest part of that dude's life. Just saying.
Male entertainer. They used to call him the Italian Stallion.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
But dude, the best part is Ortiz, who's like, he gotta be like a 70, 80-year-old Vietnam vet, all right? And he just looks like this version of Louis Guzman. And he just talks the same way as him. The same way. All right?
He was like a little Louis Guzman.
You were a Louis Guzman. You could put Louis Guzman in there and he could have been saying the same thing. And you would be like, whoa, is this like an episode of Boogie Nights? Is this what happened like when Boogie Nights meets the 2000s, And,
oh my God.
And he's in there. This guy, he's just, he's trying to do a restraining order for stalking with violence. But all he's presenting is that the guy's recording him in a public place with no violence.
Yeah, it was. You know who I felt the worst for in that episode?
Who?
The judge. He just walked in. You could just see he was defeated. Like in his mind, he was like, I
ask him a simple question.
I'm an attorney. I worked so hard to get to be a judge, and I have to sit here and hear this shit. Like he didn't say it, but everybody knew it, dude. That poor judge, man.
Dude, the guy opened his mouth and he goes, "That's not a simple question." Well, it would have been, but you didn't let me finish. Okay, go ahead. Ask him a question. He's like,
and speaking of judges, I love the 2 ladies that took it to Judge Judy.
Yes,
it was amazing. And then their friend dogged her out when she walked away. It was like, Judge Judy handed her ass. Like, Judge Judy lit her up.
That's what she thought she was gonna win. Judge Judy was gonna let her win because Judge Judy loves the dogs. Because she's like,
it was the cats.
Lady.
It was the feral cats, dude. I felt bad for that guy, the neighbor who,
100%.
He just lost it and then destroyed the cat, the makeshift cat house or whatever it was that she wanted full value for. Like, yeah, a lot of sympathy. Even, and I'll say, I thought craziest of all was Danny, the nudist, the full frontal, because, dude,
what was it like? If I die without any kids, the Schlossky name, it's gone.
He was just action packed with issues. Like, and the one point where he's just laying on the bed crying, saying I'm sorry to something that it wasn't even there. There was definitely some therapy needed in his life, and probably some meds that may have already been prescribed that may or may not have been getting taken. But I did, as gross as that episode was, and all the genitalia that I had to see, I still felt terrible for the guy because he just was disconnected from reality.
The reality is every single person in these episodes is not well.
Yeah. So who'd you think was the scariest? Like the scariest scenario? Like I'm sitting there evaluating like which one's the biggest powder keg? Which one is the one that's most volatile situation?
The most volatile?
Yeah. The one that could end the worst.
I look, it's either Ortiz or Rayola, or in that same episode, the two ladies. And I'll tell you why. Because that one lady with the one with the patch of grass in her house and all that stuff, like she's not right. And they're both talking about they each have guns, and she gotta go.
She dropped the gun on the ground mid-episode, and like I thought the cameramen were gonna dive under the table.
Insane.
Like, oh yeah, it was loaded. There is one in the chamber.
Insane. You know?
Yeah.
Those two in that episode are probably like the most volatile because they're just the biggest chance for violence. And I say it in the sense because, and I hate to say it, because at the end of that episode with Ortiz and Rayola, you got Ortiz saying, who's an old Vietnam vet, he's like, I don't know why, I don't care anymore, I'm about to lose it. And he's talking about like somebody who's about to lose it and just snap.
And he was saying things like, he'll, like, basically, like, something's gonna happen. He'll end up missing. And then on the other side of it, the Chippendales dude was like, to the point where, did he make a veiled threat at the camera crew's kids or something? Like, it started at the beginning of that episode. I thought, was it Ortiz, that the Louis
yeah, that's Louis.
Like, I thought he was going to be the one that was the most unhinged. But by the end of it, I was like, Chippendales just went from seemingly reasonable, like just wanted his grass to look nice, to a whole new level of crazy. And I'm like, yeah, that one's not gonna end well. The ones with the ladies fighting over, what was it, like a 2-foot by 10-foot patch of grass?
That's crazy.
And both referencing guns and buying extra guns. I think the younger lady that I think ended up winning and owning the patch of grass. She was testing out guns and buying a smaller one so she could carry it easier. That one, and the two ladies from Simi Valley with the one where she's like, I have dreams where I run her over with my car. And sometimes I think, I get scared, and then I realize it's her, and then I'm happy in my dream that I ran her over with my car. I'm like, that one's about to go sideways.
It's all going to go sideways, man, and that's the problem with Neighbors. The worst part is that they try to deal with it on their own instead of going the proper legal routes and the proper procedures.
Yep.
To try to not handle
self-help, dude. We learned that like week 1 in law school. Like, do not promote self-help. And how many times have we seen it? We're like, just call the cops.
Just call the cops.
And look at our guy, Jack Reacher.
Alan Ritchson?
Yeah. And initially, I mean, it obviously is just not, confined to one area of society. Like, this dude can't even escape it. I'm sure he's got, the houses on the video looked amazing. Like, it must be a really affluent neighborhood.
He's got a show on Amazon Prime, dude. They're talking
and
about
he's
him as
a
maybe
monster.
being the next Batman.
Like,
that guy's
who would
rich.
mess with that dude?
Nobody. He's huge, man. That guy's monstrous size, man.
But yet somehow crazy found him. And initially, it was looking like he was the bad guy until his I guess it was his helmet cam.
No, he had like body cam footage.
GoPro, whatever it was. Like, until that came out, everybody's painting him as like, oh, Jack Reacher can't get out of character when he's offset. And sure enough, you got this crazy neighbor who apparently stands in front of his motorcycle, calls him to go flying off it, and then after that keeps following and engaging and antagonizing a dude who is like, I don't even want to contemplate what that dude could do to another human being.
For people who don't know who Alan Ritchson is, just Google him. He is one of the biggest human beings that is not a professional athlete that I've ever seen in my life. He is just huge.
And I don't know his diet, I don't know his workout habits, but I'm just saying professional athletes, they get tested for steroids. Jack Reacher don't. And that dude has a huge amount of muscle mass and no body fat. Like, who's messing with this dude? But yet, crazy found him. And again, if there was really an issue for the neighbor, because what was he alleged that Alan was riding loud motorcycles through the street with his kids, dirt bikes, whatever it was, and making a bunch of noise, and that was what set him off. Call the cops.
No, No shit, dude. Like, what?
Stop the self-help.
What makes these people think that they're the ones that could, protect the neighborhood? They're the neighborhood watch. They're gonna police the neighborhood.
I'm sitting there wondering the same thing, to the point this morning where I actually Googled it, because I'm like, what psychological component is it? And hold on, I wrote it down here. So I don't know. What do they call it? Residential empowerment is the term that's used, and it stems from the idea that you should be able to control your own environment. So that's where the feeling of righteousness comes from, of what you're seeing here, of like, it's my domain. Psychologically speaking, innately, instinctively, you feel as though you are allowed to do whatever and control your domain, which then in turn gives you this, feeling of righteousness, unjustified righteousness, of what you're doing is correct and you can do whatever you want. Which we saw in that other clip I sent you from the people in Boca with that kid. And we can play it now.
It's going to security.
Get your hands off of him.
Oh, I'm calling my mom. Give me my phone.
Wait.
I said,
Hey, what's wrong with you?
just relax.
It's your own phone because you don't have any authority to do anything.
Security does.
Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, I'll make a bed. Yeah, don't try and grab my phone again.
What are you going to do?
Yes, I live here.
Are you doing wheelies down the front?
Yes, and I told him to stop. He laughed in my face.
Leave him alone.
On the video like a
Hey. I don't know how many times I told you to stay off.
You see this guy in another very nice neighborhood in Boca Raton. Was it Lotus, I think it's called? And not one adult, but multiple adults engaging with the child. Taking his phone, and again, right or wrong, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
If you call the police, do you really want to be the... And your friend is videoing you. Do you really want to be the one that gets charged with battery on a child? Over what? Somebody doing wheelies, I think it was. He was doing wheelies on his e-bike. And we've done an e-bike episode. You know our feelings on this, but damn, dude, call the cops.
And I hate kids on e-bikes, but I ain't gonna be the one policing it.
This dude was whistling at a kid. I don't even know, was he like neighborhood watch? Was he like the self-appointed security? What was the deal? Because he had a whistle, and then he was like chasing the kid, threw a water bottle at him, tried to snatch the phone. The kid's like, don't try to snatch my phone. He's like, what are you gonna do about it? I'm like, bro, what are you thinking? This is a child with not a fully developed brain. You are supposed to have one. Even if you feel you're 100% right, just from a self-preservation standpoint, why would you engage at this level with a kid that you're gonna snatch his phone? Setting aside the charges that have now been brought against this dude, what if this kid's parents show up? In now a state that, oh, by the way, it's straight up legal open carry.
Yep.
What do you think goes down when that kid's parents show up? I can't even imagine.
No. If I was that kid's parent, I would have lost my mind, man. I would have been calling the cops immediately. I can't believe
Absolutely. That. And fortunately, that is all that they did.
Yeah.
But had they taken matters into their own hands, like many parents would, and many would probably argue is completely justified and warranted, if you put hands on my kid, we're going to have a problem. Where does that escalate to? And how is this guy not sitting there thinking before he's doing this, snatching a phone, grabbing this kid up, taking matters into his own hand, policing the neighborhood, that he's like, never once thought, maybe this ends badly. Maybe somebody draws down on me for this. Maybe somebody beats my ass for this. Maybe Alan Ritchson shows up and Jack Reachers the fuck out of me, dude.
Dude, I don't know. They always think that they're in the right. You know what I mean? The people that are doing this crazy self-policing of neighborhoods always think they're in the right, and they are always the craziest motherfucker that you could ever imagine.
It seems like, and again, it didn't click until this morning when I was kind of like, why is it that it's always within the neighborhood. And I'm glad I took a look at it, because by no means am I a psychologist. I'm not smart enough to do that job, but now I kind of understand. It's almost an instinctive thing that's taken over for these people, because I'm sitting there feeling like, these are conscious decisions. These people clearly are not making, cool, calm, conscious decisions here, and it's ending up with dudes flipping off motorcycles, like flipping over motorcycles. You got, gigantic human beings beating your ass. You got people put hands on kids. Like, what? No.
Of course,
it has to be a psychological issue.
That guy's the craziest guy. Because if you see fucking Alan Ritchson, what are you doing, dude? You definitely.
I saw Alan Ritchson from across the street.
Call the police, bro. That guy's a bear, dude. He looks like a human bear.
If he looked sideways at me, and we didn't even engage, we didn't have a beef, I might call the police, because he's a straight monster. He's just a huge human being.
But he seems like such a nice guy, and
he does.
Okay, but you can't poke a bear when the bear's around his kids. You know what I'm saying?
If it's the original Jack Reacher, little mini Tom Cruise, he might want my ass too.
100% he would.
If he side looks me, I'll be like, whoa, wait, take a step back here. Don't give me the eyeball, TC.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Fight or flight? Oh, I'm flighting about 99% of the time, baby.
Hell no.
I'm out.
But yeah, it's odd. Again, like I said, it's always happening in the neighborhood.
Dude, it's also bad in condos, man. Forget about it. That's the one aspect. The minute you get into like the condos, it's even worse, because then you have the people that are on the board, and then those people are even crazier.
The HOAs, the condo commandos. So I mean, have you had experience with this? This level?
Of course,
oh,
man. I've lived in condos for like over 10 years, man. I've got 10-year experience in condos, man. And it is the nuttiest place you could ever live. Because anytime you get one of these self-empowered presidents, all right, who's got a voting
they're actually
block,
elected.
A small condo, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they got like this voting block, they just do whatever they want. And I mean whatever they want. They don't follow the rules, and if anybody breaks the rules, they're up your shit. They're up your ass. But yet, they do it. It don't matter.
Regulating, dude. The only thing they're missing in their minds is like a uniform, possibly a badge, maybe a blank executive order that they could sign. They're on it.
Sounds like somebody in 1600 Pennsylvania, man.
Maybe that little shred of power, and they're just running shit. I mean, but you brought up the voting block. You brought up that they're actually elected.
Yep.
Let me tell you about my shit. We deliberately do not live in an HOA. By design, my wife refuses to have our primary residence be in an HOA because she doesn't want anybody busting her chops about anything. And that's fine, okay? So we live on this street, little street, nice street, and there's a lady on there who literally writes emails saying that she is the self-appointed HOA president of an HOA that doesn't exist.
You've got to be kidding me.
I swear to God, and it's hilarious. I don't even understand what prompts this lady to go off. Okay, so I'm gonna disclose some things. We are in unincorporated Palm Beach County, so the little area where we're at, it's not annexed by any of the surrounding cities like Jupiter or whatever. But we're not far from the bridge to go to Juno Beach, which is a municipality in itself. This lady wrote multiple emails to the city council, whatever they are, of Juno Beach, demanding that they all resign, okay? Because of things that happen in Juno Beach where we are not residents.
See, that goes.
She's like speaking on behalf of the folks on my street, like of our street name, speaking on behalf. She's like taking it upon herself. I'm like, no, I don't want no beef with Juno Beach? I'm not in this.
No,
like,
dude,
go fight your own fight.
I still got a glimmer of hope that one day I will be invited to Seminole. You know, to Seminole.
Yeah, exactly. Don't fuck it up for me.
Don't fuck it up, man. That's my dream. And now you are just crushing it before it's already crushed.
Yeah, she's over there literally demanding resignation of these people. I don't even remember what the issue was, but I was like, what are you doing? And she's CCing, like she has an email list of everybody in the neighborhood, and she's CCing everybody on this. And I'm just, don't lump me in that.
Yeah, why don't you just email her back, bro? Why don't you hit a reply all in there and be like, listen, lady, I am not participating in your Juno Beach impeachment process.
Because
I don't
you know
want
where that
any
ends up.
smoke with that. I am still
You know where that
trying to
ends
get
up.
into Seminole Country Club someday. And I don't know. It may happen. I may make it big. I might get invited. I may become a titan of industry. And I may want to join Seminole one day. But you're fucking it up for me.
You know me, bro. Few and far between occasions where I'm going to back down from a fight. But in this instance, I don't need crazy in my life. I got enough. I got enough shit.
Of course you do. You're a lawyer.
I don't need to add that.
We deal with
Yeah.
crazy on a day-in-day-out basis. That's
I
what
know.
we do.
Exactly. So
We
yeah,
are firefighters.
I gotta pick I gotta pick the amount of energy I want to expend on this stuff. But just to point out, it's odd how she was silent when a neighbor who no longer lives on our street moved. Okay, I don't think it was because of us. But we go out to the driveway. It was when our oldest was still, like, she had just started walking. We go out to the driveway, about to get in the car, and she goes, like, walking over to something. I'm like, what is that? And as she's about to reach down to get it, I'm getting close enough where I realize it's a bag of dog shit. Okay? And I'm like, who puts this in my driveway? It wasn't trash day. It wasn't. And I'm like, what? So, I got a Ring camera. I already had it, so I look in the Ring camera. I'm like, who did this? I can see. It's the neighbor who ultimately they moved. And I'm like, what? And she walks right by. She's walking her dog and just whoop, throws the bag of dog excrement in my driveway. And then walks back after a friend, doesn't pick it up. And how can you not be mad about that? So again, we take the footage, we send it to the group email. In a very nice email saying, hey, look, guys, I don't know who this is, can't really see, but respectfully, our yards and driveways are not other people's trash cans. Pick up your own dog excrement. We don't own a dog, so, please don't shoulder us with your responsibility. Okay? When we did own a dog, we were very responsible about doing that. What do you know? This lady now recognizes herself. I guess I felt like everybody else in the neighborhood was going to recognize her. Goes off, and it's not the same crazy with the Juno Beach self-appointed condo commander. Goes off and calls my wife and starts yelling at her how we embarrassed her. And I'm like, you threw fecal matter in my driveway and left it there. And by the way, my house is nicer than yours, so don't act like let's be real.
And I got two kids. I got two kids, and you're throwing dog shit in the lawn that my two kids playing? Bro, get out of here, man.
And where, mind you, was the self-appointed HOA president, ball buster, keyboard gangster, writing emails to the Juno Beach demanding resignation? She didn't say a word.
Nope.
Not a word. And you know why? Because that lady lives right across from her. So she didn't want no beef then. Everybody's catching that smoke until it's time for you to that you would have thought she would have backed us up in a heartbeat. She busted solid waste authority's ass because their truck, it wasn't even deliberate. Like, their truck blew a hydraulic line. Just coincidence on our street. You should have seen the emails this lady's writing. I'm like, you got a fellow neighbor in your association that you've created in your own mind throwing dog shit in people's driveways, and you don't say a word.
Not a word. Hey, at least you didn't light it on fire and Billy Madison you, bro. At least you would have been out there stomping, trying to get it off.
It would have been on, dude.
By the way,
I don't even understand what goes through people's mind. But yeah.
By the way,
crazy never
I may
ends.
send an anonymous email, and I may report my parents and try to get them on that neighbor show next year because they've just lost it.
Oh, I gotta hear what.
Oh
What?
God, bro, my parents' house on the key. I don't know what took them over, but they just started feeding pigeons.
So they're like the cat lady in that one episode.
Even worse than that.
The pigeon people.
Even worse than that. There's about like 30 pigeons that are literally on top of my parents' house at any given time. And I show up to them and I'm like, what are you doing, man? You guys are like the crazy lady in Home Alone 2 with all these fucking pigeons, dude. People come down this house and they think that you guys are absolutely insane. You know? Absolutely insane.
Wait,
I go,
he's
yeah,
like,
there he goes.
he's like Lawrence
why
Fishburne
are
and
you-
John Wick.
I'm like, why are you doing this? He goes, that's my Air Force. I'm like, your Air Force is taking a shit all over the fucking cars, man. I don't even want to come over because I'm going to have like bird shit all over my car, bro.
That's my
I ain't got
Air
time for it.
Force.
So the best part.
Why doesn't he just get a bird in like in a cage and put it in the house like a little parakeet or something?
Listen, it is absolutely crazy town over there. All right?
What are the neighbors doing?
What do you mean? They just bitch at him. Like one time, like the neighbors threw a party, right? And I don't know,
Right.
it wasn't my parents, but somebody called the cops on them for a noise complaint. The next day, my dad's outside and doing whatever he does, whatever crazy shit he's in, you know, he's
Pigeon
into,
feeding.
you know, feeding birds,
Tended to
bro.
the Air Force.
Feeding stray pigeons. Like if that's a thing, all right? So he's, you know, he's feeding his Air Force, and the lady goes, "Why'd you call the noise complaint? I don't even complain to you. I'm complaining about your pigeons and all this shit."
What your
you're
pops
doing."
do?
I'm like this, and it's embarrassing. Like people tell you, like my brother's like a fucking lieutenant in the, you know, in the Key Biscayne Fire Rescue, and people walk up to him, and, "Hey, what's up with your parents' house looking like the Home Alone lady, bro? All right?" I'm like, I don't know, and everybody knows about it, bro. So I walk around in just shame, bro. I'm just getting mocked by everybody all over Key Biscayne because my parents and their fucking, you know, Air Force on top of their house.
So let me get this straight. I just want to be clear. They went to a pet store that
No,
probably
they didn't go to a
sells
pet store.
birds
They didn't get a
to
pet-
buy bird seed to feed the pigeons.
No, dude, my parents are too cheap for that. They get old, stale fucking bread, bro, that they throw away at the 7-Eleven, bro. They don't even fucking buy the birds. They just go get bread and they fucking toss it all over the fucking house. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing, man?
And your mom's in on this too?
Both of them, man. Both of them.
Oh my god. So has it gotten to the point where they're like petting the pigeons? Like you go
No.
and they're
No.
just like stroking the pigeon.
I haven't seen it. But if you make a sudden move, you'll just see like 15 birds just fly out at once, dude. Like
I can't wait till you're just sitting at your place and whoo, like the thing just goes flying in and it's a pigeon with like a note from your pops.
Bro, it's like
and he's trained him. The Air Force has been mobilized.
chain the airport, like Mike Tyson having his pigeons fly around. All right, this is what I got going on. All right, and then on top of that, they're 80 and 76 respectively, and here I am just trying to take care of them and my own kids, and I'm just like, I've had it, Ian. I'm lucky I'm just not in the hospital losing
And
my
now you
mind.
got pets. Yeah.
I can't.
Well, I gotta figure sooner or later, neighbor's gonna end up with a high-powered BB gun to handle that. Especially if they're getting their car shit on. That ain't gonna work.
I can't handle
Air
it.
Force. The Air Force is gonna get taken out.
No, bro. They're gonna be dropping like Iranian drones. They're just gonna be getting shot down.
Well, look, man. As always, it's been a blast talking with you. I'm gonna let you run. Let you get home.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
the
gonna go
pigeon
swing by the
scenario.
parents' house. Hopefully not get shit on top of my car.
Yeah, you just gotta bring an umbrella in the car, bro, so you can get out of there alive without those bombs dropping on you.
Told myself I wasn't gonna get mad today.
My bad, dude. I shouldn't have gone there.
It's not your
I
bad.
didn't know
I
we were
brought it
gonna.
up.
Didn't know we were gonna.
This is like my therapy session. It's cool. I'll figure it out.
I think you should get Pops like a little pigeon T-shirt with like the Air Force wings underneath.
No, bro. Listen, he's already got problems. He's your stereotypical 80-year-old man wearing Nike Mercurials with calf-high socks, and jean shorts. I can't with it. All right, you're just gonna make me mad.
Well, hey man, I think to keep it in perspective, there's worse problems to have.
That's right. I'm lucky they're still around. I'm fortunate there.
Well, look, bro. Tell your Pops I said hello.
Oh, fuck no.
Always great talking with you.
All right, later, man.
Enjoy the weekend, bro.
You too.